Whitney, it seems to has happened a lot to your voice. I mean, on this new album, have you worked with it very steadily? Because I mean, you seem to have developed enormously. I mean,
I think it's simply because you all haven't heard all that you're going to hear from me. I think that's why, and it's been a long period of time that you haven't heard from me. So I think that to you it sounds like it's something that I've worked on, but to me it's a very natural thing. I haven't worked on anything, it just comes that way.
So there's a lot of things that we're still going to see from you.
Will you see and hear? Yes, absolutely.
And you're also planning to become a movie star. I mean, you've signed a contract with the 20th Century Fox, the movie company. What kind of roles would you like to play?
Well, I don't plan on becoming a movie star. I just want to do some acting. If a movie stardom comes to be, then so be it. But I don't have any particular role that I'd like to play. Only one that I can play that I can actually get into, something that I can truly identify with and have some fun with, I think that's basically the goal. Acting is just an extension of entertainment to me, unlike, it's different from the music industry, but it's really just another world of entertainment that I'd like to venture into.
I heard something about yesterday. You said something about you'd like to play a big fat woman.
Yeah, there was not. It's something that I thought about at one time. There was a script that I had. It was a Dreamgirls script, and the part of the woman in the actual play Dreamgirls was one played by a heavyset woman who actually at some point in the career loses the weight and really gets her thing together, becomes more conscious of her look. It was very appealing to me to play a heavy-set person, being that I never have been heavy. So I just thought it would be a lot of fun and an experience to feel what it would be like to be a heavy-set kind of person.
Why do these roles appeal to you? Is that because you'd like to show?
Oh yeah, because it's
do something.
Sure, because it's different and it's fun. The one main thing about this whole business is to enjoy it and to have some fun while you're working at it. I think that was really my whole concept of playing a heavy set person, someone who was heavy, I should say, not fat, skinny. So I hate to say people are fat. I'd like to say pleasantly plump or heavy. It's just an exciting thing to be able to make the transitions, of different characters, of different looks, or different, styles and things like that, which are very, very appealing to me.
Is that because you like to surprise people?
I like to surprise myself. I think I like to see what I've got. And you only know what you've got until you try it, and basically that's what it was. I don't think I want to shock people or surprise people. I think people are already shocked and surprised no matter what I do for some very strange reason or another. It's just something that I just wanted to do. It was no real big thing.
In what way are people shocked? What do you mean?
Very normal things. You know how the media will take a very simple situation. I think I remember reading once in the British press, Whitney is, it was just so dramatic. Whitney is tired of being a star. She doesn't want to be a star anymore. She's, that whole thing. And it had nothing at all to do with that. She's very uncomfortable with her stardom, which is totally not true. I am very comfortable with my position. There are times when I get kind of tired of being in this position. I'd like to pass off to somebody else. I'd like to say, I wish I had a double sometimes saying, when you did this job for me, when you go to this meeting, when you make this decision for me, that kind of thing. I think, and it's I think anybody in my position knows that and understands that. Anybody who isn't, I don't think really would.
When do you specifically get this feeling? I mean, you talked about
You're watching a toothbrush play the Irish.
There is no specific time, honey. It just happens at certain times. I mean, I can't say on October the 29th I felt this way. It's just at certain times, you know. It varies, you know.
what do you understand? I mean, by the word being a professional?
Exactly that. Being a professional is doing what your duty calls for. I am head of my organization. I am the boss. So being a professional and rising to the occasion is what being a professional is all about. And actually acting in a professional manner. When I decided to become a professional singer, there were certain things that you had to do that people would call you or recognize you as a professional. Like my mother used to always tell me, well, when you're going to be a professional singer, you have to be on time. You have to know your part right away. You have to be flexible to switch them. If you have to take a note from someone else and somebody else takes your part, then you have to be prepared to say that note. So that makes you a professional. That makes you a master at your game, a master at what you do. But being a professional is acting in the manner in which you are put into, you know, the position that you're in. And hopefully I do that, you know.
Do you think it's possible to become too professional?
No, I don't think there's any. I don't think there's. I think that professionalism has a place and time. I think there's a time to be professional. There's a time to just be, you know, totally unprofessional. You know, I have those moments too. I'm not professional all the time. I'm only professional when my job calls for it to be professional. I try to make professional decisions and ones that are sound decisions. But I'm not professional all the time, and who wants to be? I don't want to be all the time.
Would you be scared or afraid if you one day found out that you were reacting very professional in your private life as well?
Sometimes it kind of gets in the way. You know, it's sometimes hard to separate the two. You know, because actually your professional life becomes most of your life. So, you know, sometimes it's kind of hard to, differentiate the two. But like I said, there's a time and place for everything. You know, there's a time what to do and say and go where I want to go. And there are times when I can't. And those are times when I have to deal with business situations. And, you know, I have to be professional about it.
Are you a businesswoman?
Yes, I think so.
What does a businesswoman do?
Well, what does a businesswoman do? She says what she doesn't want, and she knows primarily what she wants, and it's a pretty tough thing to have to determine sometimes. And you have to tell people what they're supposed to do. You know, it's not always the easiest thing to do. You know, and sometimes you have to get into people's cases, as they say. You know, because it's to keep an organization and to keep it organized and to keep everybody in their place. You know, and what their job, prospective jobs are. That becomes sort of hard at times. Most of the people that work with me are people I've known for many years, and it's hard sometimes to make the transition from being the friend to the boss, from the boss to the friend, or from the daughter to the boss, and the boss to the daughter. You know, you have to wear different hats at times, you know. But I think I do pretty good.
In what way?
In what way? Well, I have a very well-run organization. I have very competent people who do a job, and they do it well. And if they don't, sometimes.
Always?
Not always. No. Sometimes. That means sometimes.
Okay. How is it, to all of a sudden to become the boss of your own family, of your own father and mother in a way? Does it work like that, or are you still, a little girl sometimes?
Sometimes. Yeah, sometimes they treat me as if I'm a little girl. I don't think that I'll ever go away. I'm the baby of the family, but a lot of times I'm the oldest. Seems to be. But my mother and father are my mother and father first. They are my employees second, and sometimes that varies. Sometimes they are my employees, on any given day. And, we have to make decisions on a professional basis, on a business basis, and it can't be mommy, daddy, or daughter. It has to be John, Sissy, and Whitney, or Whitney and John, or whatever, it varies.
You actually started singing.
I actually started singing, I think, when I came out of my mother's womb. There was just something there. I actually remember singing when I was about 5. When I started to sing, I was about 5 years old. When I decided to become a professional singer, I was about 13.
What made you take this decision?
It's something that is inside of you. You just know that the first time I sang in church, I knew that there was something there, and this is something that God had given me and that he wanted me to use. My mother's always saying, if you don't use what God gave you, he'll take it away and give it to someone else. So I always was afraid of that. So I always, wanted to use what faculties God gave me. So, it was something that I think I was compelled to do, I can't imagine sitting at a desk with its voice. I just can't.
So that seems to be very important to you.
Oh, yeah. I would assume, I would hope that he's important to a lot of people. But I can only know about myself. He is a very important source in my life. He is, I think, the reason for my being. And the reason that I can be in this business and still know that I am human and know that I am just a grain of sand in his eyesight. No matter how superstar I might become, I am still a child of God.
You said something about that God is your agent.
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, God is my agent. There are things that, when I start out, I make certain decisions, or if I have something that is frustrating to me, or things that I need to confer with him about. I confer basically with him about everything, I just, what do you think I should do, and all the time I don't get the answer, but it comes, My mother's always telling me he's right on time.
You're supporting a lot of charity organizations. Why do you do that?
Why do I do that?
Is that a good heart, a good PR?
Oh, that's deep. I know that it's from my heart. I don't get involved with scams and things that just give me great PR. Because most of the time when I'm doing things for people, to help people, I don't even want press around me, because it is from my heart that I'm doing it. And I think that it promotes a PR situation when you have press there. What I do from my heart is not because I want to be a public figure. It is because it is from my heart, and that has nothing at all to do with the media.
What is the most important thing for you to support? Later you supported the AIDS, so to support against AIDS together with the cousin that I'm all with.
Her name is Dion.
Dion.
I find that when you have reached a certain level of success and you have been blessed with so much, that there is a certain responsibility that you have to go and to help those who are in need of help. Now that is my obligation to basically, and my responsibility to young people whom I'm very involved with, be it children, be it teenagers, be it, there is always someone who is in need of something. And if I can be of any assistance and any help, then, it's no sweat off my back. I mean, I've been blessed with so much. God has been so good to me, and there's no reason why that we who are successful and who have fame and fortune cannot contribute back to those who are not as fortunate.
What does your own future look like?
I don't know. You're going to have to ask God about that.
You're going to get married, have children?
Hopefully. I want those things. It seems like I'm working backwards. Those things usually come first. But my career came first, and I concentrated on that mostly. Now I want the simpler things in life, which is children and a husband and a little house with a picket fence and all that kind of stuff.
First album with the Houston and the second one with me, Now I'm Your Baby Tonight. I had an interview with Tina Turner a couple of months ago. She was promoting her third solo album. She told me it was the hardest one to make.
I think that I can agree with Ms. Turner on that note. The third album is probably always the hardest because people expect so much, from the third. The first one, it was okay, it was great. The second one, that was pretty good. But now what is she going to do for the third one? I think that it's the expectation level that makes it hard to deal with. You want it to be, accepted by everyone, as the first and second one was. But it is the most difficult album, I think.
I got the album 2 days ago, so I listened to it perhaps twice. And not in a usual way, just like everybody.
Yes.
What's she doing? And what I'm Knocking is one of my favorite songs.
Good.
Not only because you co-produced it, but also because you co-produced it so that now you would like it, How far am I wrong if I, let's say, predict that your 6th album will be fully produced by yourself? Because it definitely gives a lot of direction.
Yeah. I don't think that you would be wrong. I don't know if you're right either. We'll have to wait and see if the 6th album is going to be totally produced by me. Producing it is a very hard job to take on. Although I know what goes into producing, I've watched it enough to know what producers do. Basic first one to the third one, I had a lot of, can I say, production hand in it. Although the producer usually his job is to get the musicians to record musicians to get the sessions together and to arrange some of what the music is going to sound like. That is a very hard position to take. It's like being a director of a film. You have to be there on every aspect of the record. I don't know if the 6th album...
Well, if not producing, because writing it and stuff.
Well, maybe some writing will be put into the picture. I don't know. I hate to say that, by the 6th album I'm going to produce it, or by the 6th album I'm going to write the whole album. I don't know. I only think God knows that.
No, it's not what you know you're saying, it's what you hope to do with yourself. What is your ambition? That's it.
Well, what I hope to do is to someday be able to do all those things, produce, sing, write.
And you got plenty of time.
Yeah, I think so.
How was it to work together with Stevie Wonder?
Oh, it was the most incredible experience I've had. Stevie is, like I've said all the time, he's just a musical genius. And Stevie knows exactly what he wants, and he has the best ears, I think, in the business. He's articulate when it comes to sounds and what he wants to hear, and he knows voices very well.
Probably better than us.
Yeah, and Stevie has vision beyond vision. He is very much into what he is listening to because, of course, he cannot see. So his hearing is more acute than most of our ears hear, But